it has all the makings of a classic match.
Certainly does, and they've always been very, very competitive, haven't they? As we mentioned last year, there's not only a few points separated both sides. Leeds, of course, they'll be cock-a-hoop. They really had a fantastic finish to last year. They are the champions. They'll feel very confident. And I agree with quite a few people that their coach, Brian McDermott, he will not have mentioned next week the game against Manly Warringah. That will be far from their thoughts. They know that they have to perform here tonight. It's never easy when you come to Wigan, and it has not been a happy hunting ground for the Rhinos for many, many years, and they know that they've got to be at their top form, and they'll be looking for the masterman, and I mean that little halfback who's playing hooker today, Rob Barrow. He was absolutely sensational, inspirational in allowing and making sure that the Rhinos lifted the trophy last year. Wigan, of course, and isn't it amazing? The new coach, Sean Wayne, only one game, and yet we're talking about the pressure that is being applied to the new coach, and he knows it. As you said before, it's very rare that Wigan lose 2 games at home on the trot. It'll be an interesting clash, but as we witnessed last night, is the fact how important the forwards take control to give the opportunities and make sure that possession, it's so vital, and field position. So therefore the kicking game is going to be important tonight as well.
Rob Barrow, there he is. He's operating at hooker, starting hooker in 2012 for the first time in 8 years. Just a word about the Leeds Rhinos record against Wigan. They won the playoffs here in 2010, 27-26, yet they have not won any of their last 5 home and away in Super League weekly rounds against the Wigan Warriors. Steve-O, talking about the pressure that is building stupidly, really, in many people's minds on Sean Wayne. He's the 12th Super League coach. He had 3 years at Leeds at the back end of his career as a player, and he was man of the match when Wigan won the 1987 World Club Challenge 8-2 against Manly at a packed and really fervent Central Park.
Well,
Everyone's ready.
I'm just saying it is a wonderful crowd. The atmosphere is sensational.
There's the referee, Thierry Alibert. We see him for the second time in as many weeks, and Jamie Jones Buchanan, a knee injury, doubtful all week, outstanding last year, and he's a key man, Phil, for the Rhinos.
We've got a perfect surface with some pacey players who have the skills to exploit them, and I'm sure again we'll be entertained thoroughly here tonight. This is our sport at its best, as it should be played.
Well, back-to-back defeats at home is something they don't like to talk about here at Wigan. As Kevin Sinfield gets this game underway, they only lost 2 at home throughout the course of the entire season 2011, but they were in successive matches against Warrington and the Cattle and Dragons. So there's a little bit of history on the board. But it's Wigan who will have first use of the football, and here is Gareth Hock. Gareth Hock, who completed a 2-year ban last year, made 9 appearances, suspended, missed the final 4 games of 2011, but very much back in the thick of things here this year. Gareth Hock wearing number 12 on his back on the second row. Tompkins, that's Sam Tompkins, is the loose forward. Lulawai gets the pass away. Solid Leeds defence on the opening set of 6 that Wigan have had. And Lulawai spins the ball in field to Tompkins. There's the kick. And it lands very easily for Brent Webb to run this ball back. Can't believe that the Leeds Rhinos, Steve-O, after last weekend's form on the board, are being made the underdogs here by the bookies, but they are.
Well, I think you've already mentioned, Eddie, the fact that it's very rare that Wigan put 2 losses in their home ground, and I must say that Leeds are really in top form. I think the fact that they've lost Callum Watkins would have helped. I mean, he was in sensational form last week, and he is a big loss. He's a tremendous player. But they've got so many stars, haven't they, the Rhinos? You look through, look at Barrow and Peacock, Ablett, Sinfield and Maguire. They're world class.
And here is Jamie Peacock carrying the battle forward on the last tackle here for the Rhinos. And it's with Maguire. Bullet to the pass to Webb. Webb down the line. This should bounce okay for Tompkins, and does.
And that's the right option by Leeds. If you're going to kick to Sam Tompkins, you've got to make sure that it hits the ground, that he's got to be in the chance of maybe fumbling. They're a little bit over-eager there. They got out of the blocks a bit too quick for the official Thierry Alibert.
Offside against Leeds.
Getting back to that kick option, you've got to make sure that Sam Tompkins does not take it on the fly. It's so devastating when you give him room.
Sam Tompkins in the Sky Sports stable this season. He'll be working with Brian Carney on Super League Supermen from the 1st of March onwards. Delighted to have him with us. And Danny Maguire apparently is Brian Carney and Sam's first guest on the programme this year. Here is Michael McIlorum now for Wigan. He gets the ball away to Lee Mossop. Mossop gets Wigan to the 20-metre line with 3 tackles in this set of 6 gone after the penalty for offside. Lulawai in his last season at Wigan, of course. Not good movement here from Wigan. Tompkins gets away from Maguire, finds Hock again, and Hock will carry the battle forward once more.
It's going to be a great battle, isn't it? Obviously, Danny Maguire has been given the option of making sure that every time Tompkins links into the 3-quarter line, he's got to look after him. He only half got to him. A great chance here.
Oh, that could easily be a try. Tremendous work by Charnley. He thinks he scored. Thierry Alibert just looks at the touch judge and he hands it upstairs to Richard Silver with the clarification. How about the celebrations from Josh Charnley?
Beautiful quick hands. You can see that the winger Hall, he's caught out. This is scramble time.
I think they're looking for an obstruction somewhere on a Leeds defender in back play.
But you can see the dummy runners coming through.
Here he comes.
Well, he goes for the gap. Now then, Jones Buchanan. Well, he's definitely put the shoulder to him. He's definitely put the shoulder. I know he's nowhere near the action.
Has the ball not already gone past him, Steve-O?
Well, it's taken a man out without possession of the ball, and it's as simple in an attacking position, and it just that's got to be stopped.
I don't have a problem with that. It might be chalked off, but I think he's got every right to run this line. He's got every right. He's got to run this line like he's got to get the ball. He's got to charge on that ball. That ball's passed. I don't have a problem with that. I don't know what he's supposed to do. He can't disappear. He hasn't stopped in the line. His momentum forward is only stopped because he's hit a player.
Well, he's collided with the player and they've not looked yet for the grounding. This is going to be chalked off.
Yeah.
No try, and it's a penalty to the Leeds Rhinos. Charnley's celebrations a little bit premature.
I'm not sure what you're supposed to do here running this line. How can you run this line any different? I would say he's run a good line. I don't think he disadvantaged any defenders on the outside.
I think the fact, Brian, that he lifted the left shoulder was significant in as much that as the letters of the laws of the game states, you cannot utilise that. And I think that Richard Silver, the video referee tonight, has got it absolutely spot on.
Well, he ran the line, he made collision and contact with Jamie Jones Buchanan, and he sat Jamie Jones Buchanan on his backside. It seems academic.
They created the overlap very well, though, didn't they? So early, and made it look so simple to find the space. Goulding also had an opportunity if the ball had been put in his hands, but I think one of the roles of a stand-off in a rugby league game is to pass the ball to the people outside him, and Brett Finch did that earlier, giving Gareth Hock early possession and allowing him to be dangerous with the ball in hand.
Interested to see how Leeds opt for the kick. Will they give it some height?
Yes, they will, from the boot of Maguire. It's high, and they're hunting it out wide. That ball has dropped, and Jamie Jones Buchanan got to it first, but of course it's on the last stand. That's why the kick came in.
Well, they've utilised it. The ball it actually hit Thomas Lulawai, but the ball hit the man, and they've got a relieving penalty now.
And there's a push apparently by Jamie Jones Buchanan. I wonder if he's thinking here whether the ball actually touched a Wigan player.
Come on.
Brett Finch is the man who went down. Stern face from Brian McDermott.
I think that's a bit harsh there by the French referee, Mr. Alibert. But he's taking control, that's for sure. Getting the message across. Good solid hard work and good defence as well Ryan Bailey getting the shoulder in there.
Here's Luluai. Already has said this is his last year at Wigan. He'll be going back to New Zealand at the end of the campaign. We'll find it difficult to replace him. Good movement though from Wigan here with Tompkins. That's the ball wide, and this is this young centre, Jack Hughes.
Good work though by Lee Smith.
Plays the ball to Gareth Hock. Hock then in field to Finch, side-footed towards the in-goal area. And just a little bit too much length on it. Ryan Hall was able to allow that ball to skip dead. But Finch scheming.
It was a good kick through. And it was good work there by Ryan Hall, anticipating the kick into the in-goal area. Interesting to watch Ryan Hall, make sure that his body gets in between so that nobody could come through and maybe just plant their hand on it. Great work by the winger.
Leeds moved very quickly to make sure that Ryan Hall was going nowhere. Outstanding in last year's Four Nations tournament in the World 13, announced in December. A 5-year deal was quickly signed with the Leeds Rhinos. So he's around in Super League for 5 years, which is great news. 0-0 here in Wigan. Wigan against Leeds. Stobart Super League second weekend. Standout fixture of this weekend. Remember earlier today the Catalan Dragons Hull game was postponed. That will cause Hull and the Dragons all sorts of problems later on in the year to try and reschedule that match, with all the travel of course that has to be done for a game in the south of France. But all the tries that are scored this weekend, it's on Super League full-time, 9:30 HD4 tomorrow night. Super League full-time with Bill, Barry and Terry.
Interesting the kick there by Leeds, opting to have Brent Webb on that left-hand side. They're making sure that Sam Tompkins gets through a lot of the work. They're running him all the time.
I guess it's inevitable. After losing your last home game, the Wigan side will come out, be aggressive and direct. Every player seems to have been waiting since last Sunday to get the hands on the ball and run as hard and straight as they possibly can to maybe make up for that disappointment in the first round. Look, an early shift of possession by Leeds, but the enthusiasm clearly here in the Wigan shirts at present.
Well, that's confidence, isn't it? The way that he went through 3 pairs of hands within just 5 or 6 metres from your own try line. They mean business, and this guy does as well, Rob Barrow.
Oh, here's a great break from Jamie Jones-Buchanan. He's looking for support. It arrives from Brent Webb. Webb's not tackled. Now he is.
Was he taken out before he took that ball?
McInerney got to him.
Webb was looking at the official, saying, I think he had a hand on me before I even got to the ball. Great break, wasn't it? Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Oh, it was 50-50, wasn't it?
Here's Ryan Bailey now for the Rhinos. Last tackle, though, for the champions here. Centre field, midway inside the Wigan half. High kick to the corner from Sinfield. Claimed by Charnley. And he is then claimed by Hardacre in the tackle. Goulding will have a little scamper away.
Well, not the greatest of kicks by Kevin Sinfield, but the reason that Leeds are down here is due to him and Ryan Hall. The decision to shift the ball coming off their own line, and just at the right time, Kevin Sinfield's jumped on a first receiver, sped up the game, and sent Jamie Jones-Buchanan down the short side. Great play from the Leeds captain.
Leeds Rhinos could not get the better of Wigan in 3 encounters last year. 22 all at Headingley in April, 24-26 they lost here in July, and of course then they lost at Wembley in August. But they clicked when it mattered at the back end of last year. The Rhinos making history, winning the grand final from 5th. That's never been done before, and Brian McDermott, he became only the 3rd English coach to lift the Super League crown, and he did so from 5th, as I say, in his first season in charge.
Pretty good kick there by Brent Finch. That's just what the doctor ordered as far as Sean Wayne, but this was a beautiful break, wasn't it? Not the best defence by the winger Charnley. Full credit to the big second rower, Jones Buchanan, and you can see that Brent Webb, he was convinced that he was attacked before he had the hands on the football. Either way, even contest, as you can see, no one getting really close. All right, we had the interference where Charnley's try was dropped off, and maybe that's a key factor. Maybe Wigan trying to get the ball out a little bit quicker.
10 minutes gone, 0-0. Jamie Peacock with the ball for the Leeds Rhinos. 34 years young, Jamie Peacock, England captain in the Four Nations, of course. Here is Ryan Bailey now. Bailey starting the season in the front row. 250th Leeds appearance tonight for Bailey. Jamie Jones-Buchanan flicks the ball away, picked up by Ablett, and oh, that's a knock-on.
Yeah. A little bit panic coming into the side there. Ryan Bailey, you really can't blame him, though you've got to say that you've got to keep alert all the time, but I think he was having a little bit of a rest. It was not the position, and he's telling his players, come on. He took his eye off the ball. The concentration has cost them.
I don't know, he's here. Time is off.
So interesting to see how this Wigan outfit, Brett Finch, Thomas Lulawai, they really had things ticking over. And there's the Trojan man, Jamie Peacock.
Most grand final wins, 7. He won 2 against Wigan with Bradford. Jamie Peacock. Here's Goulding now. And that's Zach Hardacre trying to harass him to the ground. Gets a bit of help from Jamie Jones-Buchanan as well. Lulawai pops it up. Harrison Hansen on the diagonal run, taking it back down that short side. McIlorum, 40 metres out. Wigan coming forward here with Finch again. Solid defence from the Leeds Rhinos.
Certainly was. 2 dummy runners Wigan utilised on that occasion, but they were not sucking in the defence. They held back. Good discipline by the Rhinos.
McIlorum again, 20 metres away this time. Lulawai gets the pass to Hughes. Sean Wayne really excited about this fellow, Jack Hughes, and Tom Spencer waiting on the bench for his opportunity. Lulawai taken a bit late by Ablett. Well claimed, but it's from the field of play. It's going to be a goal line dropout. Very well claimed in defence by Ryan Hall, but he jumped from the field of play. He's arguing about it, or is he arguing he was taken out in the air by Goulding?
Well, Goulding certainly made contact, and I don't think the finish off by Harrison Hansen would have endeared him. It certainly looked an elbow into the head. In fact, you could see Hansen was a little bit troubled, looked at the official and could say, well, I did get the elbow there, but I think it may have been an accident. They've got away with it. They've applied the pressure. It was a beautiful kick by Thomas Lulawai. Both sides, very strong defence. So therefore, the key factor to breaking it down will probably come down to the kicking game.
Mossop will take it forward for the Wigan Warriors again. 12 minutes, no points on the board as yet, but Leeds threatening this, Wigan rather threatening this Leeds Rhinos line. Is that a grapple tackle there?
It is.
Around the neck of by Wella Huraki.
No one's seen it, Eddie.
McIlorum, good run.
He's been lively, hasn't he, Hooker?
There's a penalty.
It's got to be messing around, and McIlorum didn't like it.
Wanted to get on with it quickly, didn't he?
I think McIlorum got a bit of a stray boot as well there. He'll tap it, surely. Yep.
Am I right in saying that last year they would have maybe taken 2 points there? That was under Michael Maguire's tutelage. Now they're with Sean Wayne. And here is Brett Finch, and that's a great short pass, but it's been lost.
What a tackle by Ablett.
It was on his opposite number, Gareth Hock, as well.
That is one of the best try savers you'll see this year. Bang, look at that, right round the ankles. Brilliant stuff. Oh, you could see Hock was trying to offload. Not a really good position, too much traffic around, but
it was a fumble by Hock. Could it have been deemed to have gone backwards?
Come on!
He was trying to offload it, wasn't he?
yes.
Out!
Here's Lee Smith.
Are you saying it's a shaky start by the man with the whistle?
No, I'm just asking the question, that's all.
I can't give you the answer.
Say it's not a shaky start by Wigan by any stretch of the imagination. They've got Leeds under the pump, and I think, Eddie, that's part of the reason they probably didn't kick for the 2 points. When you're out on the field, you can sense when you've got the ascendancy. I think Wigan have it at the moment. But what you would say is, against this quality Leeds side, you do need to post points when you have periods in possession down near their line. And if Leeds come away without conceding points, they'll grow in confidence from this period.
Brett Delaney signed a 3-year deal this week. He's just played the ball. Here is Ryan Bailey. He's wrestled to the ground.
I'd be interested to see when Brian McDermott throws on from the bench Daryl Griffin. Good acquisition this year by the Rhinos. Certainly had a lot of punch to the pack, that's for sure. That's a good chase. Wasn't the best kick.
Finch is in a dummy half this time. Here is Hughes. He's no slouch, is he, Hughes? He likes to get involved.
We have seen, Eddie, over the last couple of seasons, if you've followed Wigan's performances, their first 10 or possibly 20 minutes are faster than their second 20. Now then, Leeds have lived with that pace. They've kept the Wigan side scoreless at the moment, but there does tend to be some momentum behind this Wigan side at present that's pushing and pushing towards the first try.
It's been a decent defensive effort from the champions, though, so far, and they'll have to be at their best here because Tompkins has got it away to Goulding, who's got it away to Charnley, and Charnley has Tompkins for support, steps through the challenges, and Charnley a brilliant try. And then there was a little bit of a collision on the deck with Lee Smith. Charnley didn't like it, and the referee has a look, gives the try, and maybe we'll have a word. But Charnley wasn't too impressed with what happened once he grounded the ball, and Lee Smith came in a little bit late. But Wigan have the first try, and Josh Charnley, who had an effort turned down by the video referee for obstruction in the build-up, has now scored the opening 4-pointer of the match, and Wigan leads.
Super try by Wigan. Quick hands along the three-quarter line, and they caught this Leeds sliding defence out. See how the dummy runners came through. Tompkins came in the extra man, and you can see there that Hall, he was sucked in, and that is a neat step. Not the best effort by Brent Webb, but that was not called for there. That was silly play by Lee Smith. Well, Charlie was denied early in the game, but look at the step here. Oh, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm not so sure that Brian McDermott, the Leeds coach, will be happy with this from Lee Smith. Really didn't need that. Not so sure that Charlie should have thrown the ball, but can he have the extras?
Pat Richards it is with the kick, and yes, he can. And that's his 700th goal for the Wigan Warriors, Pat Richards. And Sean Wayne, an unhappy man all week after the defeat to Huddersfield last weekend, and not smiling too much up here on the gantry. But Lee Smith, he came a little bit late. He tried to obviously cut him off at the pass and not make sure that the angle wasn't brilliant for the conversion attempt. And Charnley took exception to that, but Wigan lead by 6 points to 0.
You know, Eddie, I don't think Wigan had to work hard enough to score that try. John Wells might show us in his half-time analysis. Jamie Jones-Buchanan makes the decision to shoot up a little bit quicker than the rest of the line, causes a little bit of confusion outside him, and Rob Burrow, usually a very good defender, makes good decisions, decided to come in. He didn't have to come in. Leeds had numbers to solve that problem, and I think they'll be very, very disappointed when they review that try. Should not have conceded that try to Wigan. Soft.
But the cup holders lead the league champions 6-0 after 17.5 minutes.
The tactics have been good as well by Wigan. They utilise this short blind side, and that's probably one of the reasons. Well, what's happened there? Is it play on? First knock on, it's Leeds. Well, if they finish up the ball, and I think Jamie Jones-Buchanan did.
I think it was one each way, Steve-O, I think he said. Push and shoving by Ablett and Hock. McIlaurin then stepped over the ball. Then, oh no, he didn't. It wasn't him at all. McIlaurin turned around and picked it up. No, he didn't. McIlaurin did step over the ball.
Yeah, and Hock went looking for Ablett. Ablett was pulled away. Common sense. But the point I was making, Eddie, is that the way that they do that short blindside Wigan on a couple of occasions was the reason perhaps that they caught out the Leeds sliding defence. Too many players that shifted across.
Here's Peacock now for the Leeds Rhinos. Don't know whether you noticed in the build-up to this movement, this run from Peacock, a brilliant pick-up off his toes by Ryan Hall on the far side. This is Bailey. Wigan are doing a good job on him.
They certainly have. But now this is the point. Quick play the ball. This is where Rob Burrow is at his best. Scampers away, but he's just offloading at the moment. He's got to ask a few more questions.
This is Wella Huraki. Quick play the ball wanted. Burrow scampers in, finds Maguire. Maguire running laterally and keeping going. But the Wigan defence would not be fooled by that. Lulawa and Harrison dealing with the threat. Here is Sinfield. Stabs the kick to the in goal there. It's a beauty too. youngster took it over the dead ball line. Nothing he could do.
Good thinking, wasn't it? The Leeds skipper. Beautiful little chip over. Just lodged itself in the in-goal area. Good work, as you say, by the youngster.
Twice a sub last year. He takes George Carmont's place. His 2 appearances coming in the Cup, 52-0 against Barrow, and Super League 54-6 against Harlequins, both of them last May. So Jack Hughes yet to figure in a losing Wigan side.
They need to stay down here, Eddie. Leeds need to spend some time down here on the field. Wigan have been up the other end and came away with points. Kevin Sinfield's kick earning them a repeat set. They got to stay down here, camp down here, either go for a repeat set or even better, cross the line.
Wigan in uncharted territory after a quarter of this match. They didn't lead Huddersfield for a second last week, but they're in front for the first time this season, 6-0. But Leeds looking to redress the balance. It's a good catch and spin by Hardacre, to be fair.
Good work by Goulding and Charnley combined. Recognised that Leeds were trying to gain the extra man. Oh, Steffi looked to give the ball to Ablett. Luckily, they got to him. Sinfield looked as though he had the free arm to offload.
Burrow finds Peacock. He in turn finds Maguire. Maguire then gives it to Webb. Goes wide to Lee Smith. Smith has to come back inside. Looking for an opening in this Wigan defence. Stabs the kick in. Was that played out? Is it 6 to go? Is it 6 to go? No.
No, the ball played the man. Sinfield was looking and hoping.
That's 6 to go. That's a knock on.
That'll be a knock on. Head and feed to the Rhinos.
Kevin Sinfield just ran behind one of his teammates though, and that's one of the questions from some of the Wigan players.
Well, Ablett came through as a dummy runner, but I don't think he impeded anybody. But you can see there, Josh Charnley gets a fingertip. This is run across the field of play. Not the best kick, was it? It certainly was a ball hitting the man, and he was looking for it, wasn't he? The skipper, Kevin Sinfield, how was that for experience? But the Charnley knock on, more pressure for the Wigan.
Yes, they're turning the screw, Leeds. Pelhami Luaki waiting to come onto the field, but here is a chance for the Rhinos. Oh, but very well defended by Wigan. Brent Finch off the deck gives it to Richards. It was dodgy stuff.
Was it ever? I'm not so sure. Pat Richards thought, well, we've got the football, surely he'll play the ball, but he didn't. He wasn't tackled. Finch says, hey, come on.
Good run from Wella Haraki. He just tipped the ball back inside, and Wigan were first to react. That's a bitter blow for Brian McDermott's men to lose that after they'd worked so hard to gain possession on the scrum on the far side for the knock-on. Here's Harrison now for the Wigan Warriors.
To be fair, Haraki was wanting the winger to come in a little bit early. He was carrying the ball one-handed. Oh, that's good play. Good play by the hooker. That's what you need when you're under a lot of pressure. Quick play the ball. Finch with the kick. Not the best.
Here's Lee Smith, fed by Brent Webb. Goulding doing well, closing down his options. Harrison Hansen finishing him off. Webb is the dummy half for the Leeds Rhinos.
Smith serves. He took a real battering there.
Burrow will have a scamper away. Another match in the grand final.
That's only his second occasion he's taken them on.
Had to come on as a substitute for much of last year, and Danny Badiris now departed. Lee Smith is looking a bit groggy. With Badiris departed, the coach has given Burrow the first go at the hooking role. He's got Paul McShane, of course, and there's a young man called Liam Hood, a youngster coming through the ranks at Headingley as well. That's very well claimed by Josh Charnley. Must have been a contender last year, this kid, for Young Player of the Year, Charnley.
What a take under pressure.
Some very strong carries from the Wigan player. There's Darryl Goulding. I just think that at the moment, when they're rolling the sleeves up and trying to go forward, here they shifted it and they found some space in it.
Yes, they had. They've got a 2-on-1 overlap wide, but they couldn't get the ball out there.
Well, I'm just going to Jack Hughes. He's been a second row for the majority of the last few years as a rugby player. Now, you're asking him to play in the centre, so I don't think we'll see classic centre play from him tonight. Early in his Wigan career, I think we'll see him strong and enthusiastic.
And they get the penalty, Wigan, for interference. Wella Haraki and Sinfield lying all over young Jack Hughes, not allowing him to get to his feet. Pelhami Luaki is on. Is Pelhami Luaki the latter-day Feka Palliasina, do you think? He's the battering ram.
Certainly very, very good in his stint at Hull FC. Caused a lot of problem for defences. There is some positives here for Leeds. Brent Webb in particular looks very sharp. Danny Maguire and Rob Burrow look like they've rolled back the years, and with Kevin Sinfield playing well now in this game as well, I won't rule Leeds out.
McAlorum 20 metres away, centre field. Here he is, Luaki.
Got great upper body strength. You've got to get low on this fella. There's a habit of just pushing your way. Very strong.
O'Loughlin, the Wigan skipper, to within 3 metres of the Leeds Rhinos line. Here's McAlorum, gives it space and finds Finch. He finds Tompkins. Tompkins applies the brakes. Watched all the way by Huraki. Gareth Hock comes wide. Richards boots it in towards the centre. Oh, now then.
Oh, did he touch it?
He said that he took it over the dead ball line. Now, was he out of play before he had it? Looked on that repeat that he was already out of bounds. But the ball didn't touch the floor.
Yes, it was. So it's a 20-metre restart,
yes.
Yeah. But it was going to be a 20-metre restart anyway. This is perhaps where the confusion arises about this. See, it goes backwards off Leeds. He's caught it. It hasn't hit the ground, so it is a 20-metre restart.
Yeah, it would have been a dropout if he let it hit either the ground or the advertising boards.
He shouldn't have caught it really. If it had hit him, it would have been a different story. But here come Leeds now. Oh, Haraki couldn't take that bobbling ball, and Finch was first to react.
Well, Brian McDermott will be furious with Weller Haraki. That was very slow to react again to it.
And now they get a penalty, Wigan. A bit of argy-bargy. And Haraki took a couple of right hooks then.
Did they both land a couple here, Eddie? McAlorum and Huraki.
Gareth Hock in the middle of it.
Well, it's been a battle royal, hasn't it? Hock and Ablett have been eyeballing each other throughout this game, and just got a little bit excited there, didn't he? Haraki. I think you found that Finch got it in a very quick right hand and then step back. Good boxing technique.
The referee wants a word with Weller, and also he wants a word with Michael. Let's just calm it down. He will say, I'm sure.
He won't be able to calm down Brian McDermott, because that was a good break. He had the overlap on this side, and he should have turned around a lot quicker. Spicy.
Well, it hasn't been a great period for Weller, has it?
What are you doing? I call head. Wait. I call head. You need to release. That's a penalty to Wigan. Okay, come on. Come here.
Wigan have the penalty.
Eddie, the penalty and some of the errors that Leeds have come up with in possession is one of the reasons why really we think, look, number of completed sets, they've had the ball 5 times more than their opponents. And you know, when we collect all the stats, all we're trying to do is see if the scoreboard is a fair reflection of what's happening out on the field. And you can see there the completion rate massively higher really at this stage. So we're predicting, Eddie, and we're not taking into account the current score, that at this stage Wigan would win by about 19 points. They're clearly on top.
They are here with Tompkins, and it's Charlie who gets his second. The margin meter might have to go up a bit, because Charlie is in battling form on that far side. He could have had a hat-trick in this first half. The first effort from him was chalked off, but he is a real threat down the flank for Wigan, and he was fed by Tompkins, and he doesn't spurn opportunities like that. Josh Charnley, 2 tries for him, second try for Wigan.
Excellent play, and watch how the fullback Tompkins came through. Notice the 2 dummy runners, not just one. Really worked overtime, didn't they, the Wigan players? Watch them come through. Watch how Leeds hesitate. Not the best attempt by Ablett. He knew he was going to go into the corner. He's on fire, this kid. As Eddie mentioned, had one chalked off, could have already have had the hat-trick, but look at the burst of speed there. A lot of the Leeds players thought perhaps the final pass may have drifted forwards, not according to the officials, and that is what counts. He's on fire, this youngster, and Mr. Reliable Pat Richards, you wouldn't bet against him kicking this from way out on that right-hand side.
Well, if you add the 2 points on to his total against Leeds since 2006, he's currently on 157 against the Rhinos, and he's now on 159. And Leeds are struggling to come to terms with the pace of Charnley out wide. Wigan are ahead 12-0.
Well, it's obvious that Sean Wayne, with the fact that Callum Watkins was out, they're pinpointing Ablett. He's not inexperienced, Ablett. He's played there a long time last season. But this guy put himself in a good position, and boy, he must be loving it with the fact that he knows that Sam Tompkins, when he chimes in, he's got the opportunity to finish it off. He could be looking for a real big score.
There's Luwaki again, the New Zealand and Tongan international. Plays it to Maculorum. Now it's with Jeff Lima.
Just shows you the difference, doesn't it? Leeds come up with the error. When it looked as though they were going to be dangerous, the ball comes over, and Wigan, very adept at getting back into the opposition half and know how to finish. Superb stuff from Wigan.
They've met 18 times in the league, the cup and playoffs since 2007. Wigan have won 11, drawn 1 and lost only 6. This is the period, though, when Leeds have won 4 titles to Wigan's 1. And they've only lost once at home to the Leeds Rhinos in that time, Wigan. So they've got a pretty good pedigree, haven't they, against Leeds?
And an intelligent kick yet again. And you get the feeling that the Wigan forwards, they're getting over the top of the Rhinos. 4 good drives there, got them into the opposition half. That puts you in a good position for the kick. And look where the Rhinos have to try to get out of it. Won't be easy.
And this won't be easy either. The World Club Challenge for Leeds against Manly on Friday night. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff at Headingley Carnegie. Information number is there, and so too the Rugby League website. 08 444 777 113. Not too many tickets available. If you don't get to Headingley on the night, the best place, the only place to watch it live is with us.
Poor kick.
And we'll all have the Union Jacks flying for Leeds Rhinos on Friday night. You can rest assured of that.
Look at that. The fullback, Sam Tompkins, took it on the fly. They're nearly over the halfway line, and it's only one play the ball. And that's where they're becoming so dominant to Wigan.
And I think that's it, Steve-O. It's more Wigan's dominance than a poor kick by Kevin Sinfield. Very, very difficult for him to find any ground there when his forwards are being beaten off the ground by the Wigan team. Wigan are slowing down to play the ball. Kevin Sinfield's getting poor ball on the last play. Makes it for a very, very difficult kick, and that's why Sam Tompkins is returning it to the halfway line.
4 tackles gone. Maculorum and Luluai. Pops the ball up for Harrison Hansen. Delaney and also Haraki getting to him. Here's Finch. High kick to the corner, looking for Pat Richards. No one better in the air than Richards, but very well diffused by Zach Hardacre.
Richards was complaining he was taken out.
The referee's having a word with his touch judge.
Well, they're both running in the same direction. McGuire it was. Now, you can use your shoulder. I think he's gone across deliberate. I think this could be a penalty to Wigan.
It is, he's given the penalty.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't watching. I was watching the replay, Eddie.
You know, the thing we've learned on watching Leeds play over the years, Eddie, is that if you don't post points when you're a chance and you're a dominant side, they will come back to you. They've got some unbelievable individual players. Great pace. Burrow, Maguire in the second half could do that. Wigan, of course, will want to score again here now before the half-time break.
It was a poor option, though, wasn't it, by Danny Maguire? There's one thing shielding the player receiving the kick. Another one was just putting your shoulder right into him.
Here's Luwaki. Can Wigan make hay as a result of that penalty? Maculorum gets it away to Luluai. Short pass, and Harrison Hansen it was who put it down on the second tackle. Let's get injury news. It's Rod.
Well, Eddie, we saw Zach Hardacre claiming that bomb out of the air, and he was playing on the right wing, as you noticed there, and that's because Lee Smith has disappeared down the tunnel into the changing room. Going to check on the injury in a minute. Let's go back to you for a minute, Eddie.
He's ruled a forward pass. He has ruled a forward pass. pass. It was a great break from Hall. He flung the ball inside. Burrow hacked it forward.
Well, I don't know.
Is this a forward pass? Well, how on earth has he got a forward pass in the
No
world?
way that can be a forward pass.
And look at the line of the referee. That's a poor decision. He's in a good position. He should make a better decision there.
It was a great decision by Sam Tompkins to stop Ryan Hall. Well, everyone talks about Sam Tompkins' try-scoring ability, the breaks he makes, but look at that. You've got a big international winger running down that flank, and he stopped him.
Well, I'm afraid that's a shocker from the officials. I don't know whether he got a nod from the touch judge on that far side, but he was very quick to say it had gone forward. And it hadn't. It was quite clear. You could see the way that Ryan Hall was twisting the body. The arm came round on the arc. Should have been seen.
And it was a great fly hack by Burrow, and he had the legs.
You know, we have had a lot of ball in play, and a lot of it, as you just saw there at the bottom of your screen, has been with Wigan in possession. Again, I stress that the cherry and white shirts here will be desperate to ensure that 12 points in Rugby League is next to nothing. 18 is a significant lead, and Wigan demand that here now with the weight of possession that they've had.
5 minutes to half-time.
That's going to be a penalty. Never played it right way.
No, it's a knock on in the scrum down.
Well, he played it facing the dressing rooms. Just lost, never even touched it either. Well, that to me is
Should it be a penalty? Should it be a penalty if it's anything?
Of course, it's got to be a penalty.
Well, the ball isn't played properly, but then again, when is it ever? But
He played it facing the dressing room.
he made it.
Well, an incorrect play the ball then is a penalty, I think.
Yeah, it should be. Oh well. Under more pressure is the Frenchman, Uncle Albert.
Burrow. Maguire. Webb. Good pass wide. Hardacre. Richards shot him.
That should have been another penalty as well. It was a swinging arm from Richards.
Now it's Haraki.
It's getting a bit tasty. There's quite a lot of verbals going on out there.
That's four.
Maguire. And Sinfield gets it to Webb. That was Chris Clarkson. Got it to Ablett.
Good defence.
No one the last tackle here. Sinfield looking, gets the kick in. Webb's after it. Tompkins claims it.
Well, Webb went hunting, and Sam Tompkins got himself in a good position, didn't he? Twinkle toes spinning around.
Hold. Guy, wait.
Creator of the last try for Charnley. His superb handling. Hock, good offload.
Here comes Lima. Yeah, Phil made the point earlier about Sam Tompkins' defence. We always talk about his try-scoring exploits, of course. He's got tries in his last 3 matches, stretching back to last year. To be alert then, in defence. 3 minutes to half-time. 12-0 Wigan lead. Leeds desperate not to concede anything else before the half-time siren.
And again, you can see that Wigan in a good position when it comes to the last for the kick. Tompkins this time.
Low and all along the deck. Here comes Ryan Hall.
First, move. 10 boys, 10.
Burrow is waiting. Gets his hands on it. Sinfield.
It's amazing, isn't it, Eddie? Our game of rugby league in this first half, most of the play and the action has been on that far side, hasn't it?
Rocky, 10 meters.
It has, and this now is Chris Clarkson.
Hold.
His 49th Leeds appearance off the bench tonight. Came here as 18th man, but Callum Watkins injured, so he gets his chance off the bench. Burrow. It's a decent little run from Delaney.
Great work by Thomas Luluwai there. He came in on the angle and shut down. That meant that Leeds had to go down the middle passage. Oh, Hawker says, get out of the way.
Well claimed by McIlaurin.
Ablett got a good shoulder to him. Ricocheted the ball away from McIlaurin, but it went backwards.
Jimmy Lorenz.
Charnley, scorer of the 2 tries that Wigan lead by at the moment. Goulding's behind him. Here's Hansen. On halfway. Wigan, 3 of the 6 tackles gone this set. Lima carries the battle forward again.
Move. Hold.
Now, that was Luaki, got it away to his skipper, O'Loughlin. He is the last one for Wigan. Leeds will get another set of 6 here. Oh, is Brett Finch going for a one-pointer? He is, you know. But he's pushed it wide of the posts.
Not a bad option. 12-0 up. It meant that Leeds would have had to score 3 times. Leeds didn't realise what he was doing, and all the time in the world, and he'll be disappointed with that. No pressure applied. Leeds did not have one man that picked it out.
But he has kicked 12 one-pointers in his NRL career, Brett Finch, but none for Wigan as yet. And still none.
To say if he keeps that up with, as I say, not under pressure, I think he'll keep the record for quite some time.
Darryl Griffin looking a bit sternly into the eyes there of Luaki after that challenge on him.
There's been a lot of that throughout this first half. No love lost out there, that's for sure.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan nearly got the pass away.
Well, he's been the star performer for Leeds, for me. If there's anyone going to make the break, it's going to be Buchanan. He's had a couple of good ones, but that's great defence.
I think that will be the last tackle of this first half. It will be. No time to get the ball back in play. Sean O'Loughlin's Wigan are ahead by 12 points to 0 at half-time. Star performer for Leeds Rhinos, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, last year's Player of the Year. And it will need a Player of the Year type performance from each and every one of the Rhinos in the second half to get this game back. Charnley's been brilliant out wide for Wigan. 2 tries, could have had 3. One was chalked off by the video referee. That Super League